voice of the wood.
Prepare for battle.
Tre betaal the next day.
哎，队友呢？
队友嘞？
哎，队友呢？队友呢？队友呢？
Thank you very much, Steve. Yes, Secret versus Mud Golems is kicking off right now. I'm only
30
Pixel
seconds to
here,
battle.
joined by the fabulous Fogged. Fogged, looking forward to this one. What sort of stands out to you from the draft? Is this a game where you're looking at sort of the ideas, the heroes that Puppies come up with, and you're pretty scared for Mud Golems, or do you think Mud Golems got a solid response?
Well, Fada just took a tower hit.
1 second. Fine. He's gonna get the D ward right away, so that's exciting, but it gets taken up that right away. It looks like a pretty standard secret trap.
Yeah.
Like this looks like a lot of what they've been doing. And Fada, level 1 arcane orb up on Nisha, damage coming out. It is no joke. That happens now too. The higher nukes now, it does feel like, and they'll push him away. They get the ward too, and yeah, Secret's draft is very. I think both teams got kind of the heroes that they wanted to go with, right? Because they even go for this 33 Brewmaster. We know that 9 likes the Pango, and we know that Skeeter does like to play as Riki. So I feel like both teams kind of got what they wanted to, but Secret, they've got this X Factor, this Chen. This hero can always just change the way that you want to play the game. And we'll see.
Earlier series today. I mean, this hero in general, do you think this hero is going to have a better chance in a game like this compared to when we saw Viking GG try it out in the last series?
No, not really, honestly.
No.
I feel like this hero wants to take time, and I see Chen and Furion and Chen and Nature's Prophet. That's heroes that just won't give you time. It's also a pretty low intelligence hero, so your mana pool is always going to be low. OD he's going to be able to flop you every single time with those sanities. I expect Nisha to probably do that pretty often. Like Riki he's pretty much troll warlord with his.
See already up top, Puppy. Again, looking onto the duo lane here from Mud Golems. 33 is able to get the grab with the creep wave. Will manage to take it round to a safer spot. The blocking of these camps to make sure that they don't give up lane control here. First few waves.
I'm keeping my eye mostly on the lane because I haven't seen this matchup since changes for some of these heroes. I want to see what Nisha's able to do. So he's just going for the Arcane Orb build. I feel like that's going to make it pretty hard for 9 in a few moments here. Like another level or two on Nisha.
Yeah,
I feel to push 9 out a lot.
He's going to have to bring a fair bit of regen in. I mean, he's still got what sort of 3 tangos to play with, 400 gold towards the bottle. But already...
Look how much damage you can hit those do.
There's a lot being done here by Nisha in this lane. 9 still able to do a good job of getting in on the wave though, even on the CS. 6 for 3 against the 6 for 3. But yeah, as you say, this is not going to get easier for the Pango unless we do start to see some sort of movements coming. I mean, is there any sort of way they can do something about the mid lane and alleviate that pressure that's going to come out from the OD once he gets the levels on Nisha?
Probably just the 4-minute mark. If there's a rune exchange going on, maybe we'll see Viper go for the setup there, or if anything else, just a TP on the tower with Fada. But besides that, I don't think. I think they're just gonna have to accept the fact that 9 is gonna be on his own, and he'll have to just recover afterwards. It's gonna be a little bit of a run. Like we said, he's getting himself a little bit of something.
Yeah, he's sure getting a little low on the HP, but now he's able to get that regen out. Bottle on his way over in the courier. Fine to play around here.
Top lane is definitely going to be the one where there's the most sacrifice. I feel like 33 is going to continuously have a tough time up here. He's either putting a 1v1 versus the Monkey King, or he has to just run at Puppy, who just manipulates the waves around. And Puppy, as you see, level 1, he's taking almost 0 experience from Matamba, man. So this Monkey King is going to have those high levels to be able to zone anybody that is either of these two.
Yeah, he's doing the best he can really against this, right? He's 33, he's just trying to grab the creep waves that he can.
Yeah.
So he's at least getting some XP and farm out of this. But as you say, just not able to of course, put any pressure onto top lane, onto the the Monkey King early on.
And I feel like 33 in this game is pretty important. Like, they have this Pango, they have this 9 Pango mid who's going to be that big team fighter for their team, but they need this Brewmaster to have an okay time. Otherwise, he can get brought down so easily, or his Brew, his Brew just gets killed in the midst of everything. There is a lot of physical damage that's going to be coming out from the side with the King.
Well, 10 seconds to the rune spawn, and already we see the move coming in from Secret. It's Yapsor. He's going to be in position to mark the bottom rune, and yeah, they're not going to quite be able to get here in time, it looks like, Mud Golems. Even if they did Yapsor, he's able to get that rune, and yeah, no refill for Viper, so he's just down to a Verify now.
9's life even more difficult, so he's going to go back all the way to base to get the mana up, and Nisha going to have a full level advantage out of that. So all 3 cores have really solid time right now on the side of Secret.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
To jump in onto 33 off the mark, turns over towards Biver, maybe with some good micro and keep Biver controlled. Puppy trying to do his best with the creeps, and it looks to be good. Again, just continuing to block up the attempted escape from Biver. That will set up the first blood for Matson. Back over towards mid.
Attack.
Has managed to ship himself out south, so again, just having to go through so much regen to withstand staying in this area against Nisha. You see it now, 27-11 against DP, 18 for 3, and it really is getting hard. Nisha just a few hundred gold away from having this Meteor Hammer rush complete.
And we see he's going for this max Astro build, so he'll be able to set up his own Meteor Hammer plays for himself too if he does do that. Great start here for Secret. Already a 2k advantage just from straight up lane setups, from how much they're just able to farm. Zai not under pressure when he has the backup of Yapsor always near him. And yeah, mid lane, as we've said multiple times, same thing with top. They've just got a nice firm grasp of this.
Already have 2k advantage across the board. Well, once the Meteor Hammer's out, you've got to be so careful. I mean, any of these sort of swashbuckles into an Astral and a Hammer, Nisha,
amazing what you're laying on.
Nine's not too careful.
It's so value really for Nisha too, because on top of the stats that it gives you, which is always one of the big reasons, and his Astral combo, now he can threaten the tower. They have another tower pusher, so this mid is going to start getting threatened by an OD. But they're already starting to ping it. You see he pings and he's like, oh god, there's a Meteor Hammer. Our catapult is dead. We're going to have to start doing something about this.
Go 9.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
So we'll manage to make it out. Be able to hit 6 off this wave. You to play very aggressively. TP will now come in over towards the mid lane. And they're going to try and make a go on it. So both supports moving in. They can punish Nisha here with Rolling Thunder. They'll have the control to do so. Nisha goes down. A very, very needed move there from Mud Golems to bring the supports in to try and slow Nisha's game down. And if he gets away with a good timing on it, which so far he hasn't been interrupted at all in this laning phase, it's going to be very hard for Mud Golems to deal with the damage that would just come out from this Monkey King.
Yeah, I always like seeing the variation from player to player.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of, especially when like OG was playing it in, I mean, this is quite a long time ago again, but when they were the ones popularizing it like 4 or 5 months ago when we were at the Omega League and all that, they were the only ones doing it, and everyone else was doing something. People all still have their various ways of looking at it.
She's 33. 5 right now. And his build up straight into the axe himself.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Skeeter gonna pressure Zai here. Zai will be okay. You can see the Secret's trying to make a move, especially top. That's why they're trying to set up a little bit onto 33s. They have the rocket base, so Zai is waiting to get in a good position go for that. If they can look to punish anyone. It's hiding so far back. It's gonna chill out and farm a little bit here.
Skeeter, yeah, he'll be happy with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is what this hero wants to do. We saw sort of in the last series, it's when the hero's sort of faced with a game that's going to end in sort of 30 minutes, that's when it hurts the most. You just don't have the opportunity to get these first 2 items up. It's important.
That's a nice pickup for Nisha. He got himself the fairy trinket on the OD.
All right. For the blink next. I'm sure that he has that initiation and just, of course, that ability to save himself. Self-astral and the blink escape.
Yeah, they're just chilling. They're not actually looking to force it too hard. No opportunity
Radiant's
really. They're not really
middle
trying to like
tower is under
force
attack.
the issue, but if something. His eye still. He's hanging really far back. He's still waiting to see if he does get out of position to get that wrath in front of him.
Radiant's
So
bottom
far,
tower is under attack.
Golems keeping those lanes in a really good spot for them to catch up in this fight. Riki catching up in the last hits. Same thing for 9. Net worth difference is still there, but they're getting themselves.
Nisha attempt for a combo here. Quite with the timing to catch 9. The wave back into it.
Yeah, he just so that they can't set up on him again inside that river spot. Then he just goes back to farming jungle. So a lot of just back and farming here.
I mean, which is, you know, I'm happy to see this. This is going to scale up to something pretty exciting. You know, is this Riki? Just going to have that power once he gets these items, or is Matu always going to be a step ahead as the Monkey King? See which carry's going to have the easier time in a game where both are given the space to get the farm early on.
Yep. Smoke coming out from Golems looking to punish. They have the haste on 9, so this could look pretty good if they can actually find anyone out of position, but Secret all the way retreated to
very
their
deep.
side.
Yeah.
Radiant are scanning.
Miles
Very
away.
defensive position. I think they're kind of just chilling out, wanting these levels. Like Yaps are probably wanting his 6. They probably want Puppy to just be able to sit back to get his max. He does do that from time to time when they do have the Chen. Picking up these first set of items before they look to make a real move. Themselves a decent.
I think understandably for Mud Golems, they're going to want to make their moves very carefully.
Radiant's
Starting to
bottom
put
tower
a bit
is
of
under
pressure onto
attack.
the tier 1 tower top at least.
Yeah, 33's gotten a lot of space after he's got now the Ogre Club
Dire's
finished
top
up to the
tower
top of the
is
earth.
under
Quite a
attack.
bit more survivable for him. Little arcane ring, so he has his mana pool. He has mana pool for his toolkit. Yap's already 6 now, so he can actually set up. That's the one thing they were really lacking, is just a key way to get into there. He's got this Vendetta now there
I
if
will
he'd like
miss
to.
my reflection.
Dire's top tower
Do you
is
Secret
under
want to try
attack.
and fight around here?
Okay, maybe. 3.
That's when they can burst him down before he gets the chance for the ult. Getting him low, but oh, and there comes the hammer. Sanaziz has dropped to 33, no chance to get off the primal split. With that, Astro and Nisha will pick up a second. Secret, they will turn up
Dire's
to
middle
hold.
tower is under attack.
And strongholds as well. Just throwing everything, making sure they burst down the brew before 33 is able to play.
Yeah, in a very patient manner the way they set up for that one too. It looked like maybe they weren't going to, and then just boom, in quick succession, they all collapsed. This 9, he set up for Matamba. They kind of left him alone now.
Clouds down, Rolling Thunder to follow up. Nine's got a good angle here as well to control the Monkey King. And with that, they'll get the kill. Secret, as clean as the defense was of the tier 1, they weren't prepared for sort of as clean as a defense from Mud Golems on their own tower. Leaving Matumba Man behind. They weren't prepared for that punchback from Mud Golems at all.
Dire's top tower
They
is
full
fallen.
out ditched him. Tower will
Radiant's
drop,
middle
and
tower
I mean, they
is under
still have
attack.
33's brew split. I think Puppy does have his mech finished up, so that's one of his big things that they like to play around. He's getting close to 60, so they're gonna have good ways to counteract some of the damage that is coming in. Nisha
Radiant's
getting
middle
set up
tower
on here.
is
That's
under
natural.
attack.
He's heading over. They want to go for this. He's up into the high ground. They're going to try with the telekinesis for the primal split. Nisha being focused. Mech will be popped. 33's got good control here with the earth. Ruling. Another Astral to buy some time for Nisha. See if he can get his way out of this. He's low. And they'll find him.
Radiant's bottom
Some
tower
big
is
kills
under
there back to
attack.
back. Matumba Man on the top lane and now into Nisha in the mid lane. And also just getting
Radiant
Skeeter involved.
structures are
Bottom lane,
fortified.
Yapsor. He's been able to find in the trees. Farder. Kill Secret will manage the Aghanim's. If you're able to get something done once you have the 2 swords alone in your inventory, you can be feeling very happy. And especially getting involved in a kill like that onto Nisha's OD.
I mean, if you're utilizing your mid and your off lanes ultimate like that to get their opposing more heroes killed, it's going to be so beneficial, right? Both that Pango ulti as well as that Brewmaster on their first usage just got themselves a good
Mid.
setting up for this mid
They're
tower.
going to try. Astral's out here. Nisha looking to follow up timing for the Rolling Thunder. Comes in from 9. He's able to disrupt it all. Comes comes crashing through with the stun. Yapstor will fall. Analyst down onto 9. He swashbuckle off to the side. Matthew's trying to chase, but no, he's going to be able to get out there or not. Astral catches him once more. They will finish off 9. This time Secret able to find a trade. They of course lose Yapsor, finding 9 in
Radiant's
return for
bottom
it.
tower is under attack.
Speeder Hammer is getting into this proper position.
Straight up. Nisha. Astral still has a lot of Secret around him. Wukon's command's going to be dropped down by Matumamat. Straight over towards by Rico's Viper, trying to get out of the ultimate, turns again with the stun. Astra's going to be able to hold back the Monkey King. The Viper's going to be able to walk away.
Regeneration.
Wow.
Seeing Viper making a lot of really cute plays actually, just with this obviously very easily stolen spell, taking the Astral from Nisha and getting a huge amount done with it in terms of sort of saves and setups.
Yeah, he's always been looked at as a hero that's very good versus the OD.
Radiant
Now
are
just, I
scanning.
mean, with this new epic arcane supremacy too, like the cast range is actually so nice. Because that's sometimes a spell where the cast range can be a little iffy, but
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
It's a lot easier for his position. Yapsor just constantly on the threat, immediately vendettas as soon as the 2 respawns look. Gets the carapace, but Disarm can't vendetta hit him.
He's going to have nothing else to offer the burst through 9. 9. This game, Maelstrom is yours. Nothing too surprising. 33, halfway in on the Agnes. Continue to make good progress. He's at the top. Battle Fury's done. Not actually going to go straight for the Battle Fury into the Axe by the looks of it. Wants to pick up at least the Yasha. Maybe we'll see the full Manta come out from him in this game. A little worried, I guess, of sort of potential. What Silence was Zai building the Orchid?
The Zai Orchid. Yeah, I think that's the biggest that he's afraid of. It also gives him some nice stats if he does want to go for it. He's got to defeat it.
Okay. I mean, I guess if he feels that he can play in a way that he's not going to be caught, you know, he doesn't need to remove anything as such. And obviously, the sooner you are able to get that Axe online with the Battle Fury, the better the hero's going to play.
This Orchid is very impactful though for Zai. He hasn't gotten a chance to use it really just yet, but versus all 3, I mean versus everybody of course on the enemy side, but versus the Forest, it's incredibly effective. The Pango and the Brew. He can really change the tides of the fight with a good silence. Mud Golems, they're keeping themselves farming, but they're falling
Radiant's
further and
middle
further
tower
behind
is
on the
under
gold.
attack.
The map is starting to go a little bit too.
Yeah, they really are. I mean, Skeeter, he's sort of the only one keeping on track.
Yeah.
9 and 33.
Oh.
Quite keeping up. A nice little hidey hole in the trees here.
He is, look at him.
Aware of this at all.
Fada?
I can look to poke a Fada. Fada trying to go for the D-Ward. Silence comes in to put stop to the follow-up stun. Nature's Wrath comes crashing through. Isn't enough to kill Fada off, and now the Rolling Thunder's out. 9 charging across towards Yapsor. He's able to find the stun, but now the Silence from Zai comes in. Wukon's commands down into the Boundless Strike. They've caught the Brew, but have they got the damage? 33. Astral up for now. Sanity's coming crashing down. It's enough burst to get the kill. 33 will fall. And now the chase continues from Morts. Matu into the trees, looks over towards Fada. Astral will finish him off from Nisha.
Of my life.
2 quick kills and
from memory.
Zai coming in clutch with that Orchid. That little silence just stopping 33 from finding the opportunity to get the ult off. And into the trees, he's found Matthew. Matthew was jumping across the tree line pretty deep. Skeeter spots him out, still fighting into an advantage of numbers on the side of Secret though, so can't really chase to finish the kill. Low HP on Matthew will mean that Secret do have to back up.
That was a little close there for Matu, but we see Secret all in position, ready for this fight. And even though it looks like maybe the Nyx is going to go down there, this is that thing, you know, Kyle mentioned it on the panel in particular, is just the way that they play around this Chen. The mech, the Hand of God comes out, your ultimates just get completely negated. Heartbeat. Probably even denying the ward that he had placed there, just expecting it to get dewarded. Themselves real clean in this game, not looking to make too many mistakes. And they're rushing the BKBs. So in order, that's one of the ways to counter the Brewmaster split.
Yeah.
Counter the Pango ulti too. Get those 2 BKBs online for the OD and the Monkey King. You're going to be able to stand still inside the fights a lot easier. That's
sure.
exactly what they're rushing for.
Yeah, that smoke screen as well. Always,
yeah, the smoke screen is
big nightmare for these heroes to stand their ground and fight around. Top lane.
9 set up top. Depth guard.
The opening. Zai's in. Silence is there.
Both
do
the
have
Astral,
a defensive Astral, and that'll buy the time for now to put the swashbuckle. It's not going to save him though. Zai with that final little right click, pushing 9 over the edge. To find kills. Nisha trying to go for some bit of a sneaky split push here with the Meteor Hammer and the Blink. I mean, it'll work. You can do this from the tree line, easily get away before anyone on Mud Golems has ever closed the gap. I mean, their best bet of ever sort of catching him doing that sort of play is through the Pango. Nisha knows with 9 out of the game, he can get away with this as much as he wants.
I mean, like we said, continuing to just grow their lead, the experience too, and their big timing is really just these KBs. It's already looking pretty strong for them. They're continuing to apply this pressure on the map. And, I mean, I'm seeing Mud Golems hand-holding a lot. They're feeling, I'm seeing them feeling the pressure right now from Secret. They've got their ults at the ready again. They're going to look to try to make something. Feels like they have to. Feels like they're starting to be a little bit too reluctant on just taking these fights. Getting out-farmed.
Yeah, he sort of catch top. I mean, yeah, Yaps was in prime smoke position, yeah. Stop to this move if Mud Golems come in through the top half of this jungle. He wants to try and find something, but Secret, they're a little too aware of what could be happening. They themselves, all 5 of them in their own jungle, ready for any of these sort of moves to come in.
No heroes showing on the map. I keep seeing Zai sending his treants out to kind of scout stuff out too. So yeah, they have all the information in the world. They knew that they're clumped. Now they're gathering around their bounty. Nisha actually jumping in aggressively.
He does. 5% of the time with the telekinesis. She doesn't know front line with the smoke. Passed out. Secret, they don't want to try running into the high ground. They'll back off.
The seeds of fortune.
Lost some of his army there. They dropped real low there. Didn't want to blow his hand to God. A little crazy there by Nisha, especially when he doesn't have the BKB finished just yet.
Who needs a cloud?
Very close. 200 in the recipe will be done by it. You can get a grab onto the map too, but keep close. That's Haste Rune now. BKB on map 2. It's going to be rather hard to take down. Physical damage, sure they have the Riki, but it's not going to be to the point where map 2's not going to get away with standing his ground, getting the Wukongs out, building up the Jingu. It's BKB, Monkey King, and as we saw, yeah, pretty much BKB OD is going to be very hard for Mud Golems in the fights if they find themselves in full 5-on-5.
And they have this triple scaling on the side of Secret, and with these BKBs, they're going to have this really strong mid-game. I'm seeing this Pango, this Brewmaster. If you want to be able to get the frequency of these ults coming out faster, you get these more successful fights. They're not able to find these opportunities. They're falling behind.
Nisha.
And it's just going to get harder and harder versus that magic community.
Fiver. Just playing with him a little bit. The Astrals against him. Smoke coming in from both 9 and Fata as they head down to join them on this bottom lane. Secret again completely prepared, entirely behind Nisha's OD here in this position.
Dire are scanning.
And they're going to get this E ward too. They're aware that ward was placed up there from the disable put on Nisha. So I got to go push out the top lane while the rest of his team is set up on bottom. And they smoked 9 down to try to get this wraparound, but it's feeling reluctant to try to...
It's hard to go in on this.
Let's start. It's weird because like they don't have like that same kind of initiation with a stun. It's very telling when they're going to start a fight on the side of Mud. Pango's going to start rolling up. Brewmaster's going to run it and split. There's a lot of different ways for Secret to react. Get the know that this. Wiring more and more farm. Puppy Dog has a Holy Locket too, so more heals going to be pumped out from him. He also has more levels in Divine Favor. It's going to be counteracting a lot of the damage. On top of those BKBs with Teals, it really does feel like Mud Golems is going to have a super hard time in the Elixir fight.
Golems play is going to be the Ag's done on Riki. Skeeter going for the BKB next. Again, as every moment passes, Secret as a whole getting that a bit more out of the map. 9 and 33 falling further and further behind.
Radiant's bottom
Starts out a bit of a poke and bye-bye.
Quite a poke.
Chance here.
Guess that was just another fairy
Poor
tale.
supports, they get caught out of position. Secret blow them up. in a second. And now Matu locked in. Counter-powers, let's see if he can find speed in the range of trees. The dust is out. Thunder does come out for 9, but the BKB's there. And Nisha, he's down. The silence onto the Riki. Skeeter can't jump out. They do manage to get the primal split off, but Secret with these BKBs, they're just too strong. Mud Golems, they have to run, but it's 3 of them dead. Astral's going on towards another 9. Has Swashbuckle out to the side, but these orbs are too much for Nisha.
Dark.
Dire's courier.
As it's starting to look a little spooky for Mud Golems. It just seems like they can't really get anything done now.
No, and the thing is too is that the map just so quickly starts to crumble on you. How in the last few moments, as we said, like Zai, he's always just pushing out these side lanes. They've only lost the 1 tower, and it's always them just forcing these waves in and making the quick plays, reading the moves for Mud Golems. This is looking pretty impossible already now. They've got everything that they need to pull it out of the draft now. With the way that they've moved around and read the map,
There's sort of just been that whole window this game where
Radiant's top
the
tower
Pango and the Brew, you know, 9 and 33, it's just been so hard for them to do anything with that early mid game, right? These heroes that want to be punishing ideally the cause before they even start to build the BKBs, and Secret just never gave that window of opportunity to for Mud Golems to be able to abuse.
yeah, it's like the few that they did try to get the setup, right? Secret just met them with full. They knew the moves were coming. Yeah, they needed to get, it really does feel like they needed to get much more frequency of ults usage, better usages of, or just actual usages, Master and Pango, just trying to find Secret somehow, but yeah, Secret's just kind of masterclass dodged them around. And this, I mean, this lead is just starting to get ridiculous. Almost 15,000 gold lead, all the BKBs have been done now. Top of the Nature's Prophet, and even another item on top. They're gonna need some type of extremely fortunate, like, team fight where Mud Golems is able to start the fight from like the high ground or something. It's unexpected. It's always known.
Full axe complete after BKB on Matu, so his farm ain't slowing down anytime soon. You know, the amount he cleans up the camps with those extra
Dire are scanning.
kings coming out. Of course, in the team fight, the damage that will be done to anyone that sort of tries to jump upon him. I mean, we saw, you know, Skeeter, he's attempting to get into the action, but until that BKB's out, Zai every time is pretty much going to save that silence for him to make sure that once the Riki's in, he's not getting away. He's going to be stuck on the front lines, and Secret are able to blow him up. Well, with some of the big spells that they do have, as she said at the start, the ult from Nisha, it's going to hurt, and we're seeing that.
Yeah, that's always gonna hurt. If Wukong's goes off and it gets cast in the fight,
he's in the middle.
Brewmaster and Pango just can't go into the fight anymore. They'll get eviscerated. The Roche Mud Golem's hands around the head. Mud Golem, I don't know, these 3 BKBs, they can't contest this.
Close to the pit, just trying to do their best to get Skeeter's BKB done before the next fight gets brought to them by Secret. It's just a recipe away. Should be able to have it. Still just a lot of pressure on him whilst this fights his other 2 cores aren't going to be able to do much when the BKBs are popped by Secret. Ideally, they've got to try and find a way to poke those charges out of them so they can find chances to just make moves with the ultimates when Secret's a little bit weaker.
Yeah, it also just, it feels, you know, it feels like Skeeter, he needs BKB this game, but it also just feels like it's like, and I have to go for BKB on Riki when I went for my 2 setups. He wants to get that big damage that comes out right after this, but now he has to go for this BKB. It just feels like Skeeter just probably feels bad having to go, because they need him to be just absolutely killing everybody. Surround. Come on. 9. One
hit there from the orb, sort of taking him down to half HP. Silence down from Zai. They will try and turn with the combo. BKBs are out. Skeeter jumps in. Not quite enough damage to kill him straight up. Hand of God, pop like Puppy. Matu being focused, but he still has the BKB and the Aegis. They move in 33 with the final split. They've lost Sparta. Can they get the kill in? Matu getting low, but he's able to turn. The Sanity's comes crashing down. The Wukong's command is out. They're only by the looks of it going to lose Poppy. 33 coming out with the split once more. It's going to turn the situation. Overwatch out, so throwing him up into the air, but over towards the side. Zai takes down Fiverr. 9 has to swashbuckle away. Matu just turning, cleaning up the split. As 33 has to get out of there with the Wind Panda. See if he's able to do so. They've got that control. Nisha holding him back, and boom, with the boundless. 33 down and out yet again. As they just couldn't quite do it. They can't take down these heroes the once, let alone the twice. Matu getting low, but he still had the Aegis to rely on. Now 18 to 5, 20k lead for Secret.
Saw the slight potential of what they were able to do. Let's say if they weren't so far behind, that was the fight that they needed to have happen. That could have been very successful. They had the perfect setup, great Grimstorm, great Soulbind to lift on both heroes, great Brewmaster roll, but at this point with the arm that everyone else Secret has
fallen.
Poppy pops Mac, he pops Hand to God, they still have an Aegis on Matu, and they just hold it. If this had happened earlier, we could see maybe a different story for Mud Golems. Yeah, this game just got out of hand way too fast.
Yeah, we'll see it once again here on the replay. As you say, now Skeeter getting the jump in, doing a fair bit to start things off.
Like, look at that. He was doing a lot of damage right there, and also on the secondary one, when we're going to see up north here. Like, look, their heroes are starting to drop kind of low. The 9 has to buy back in order to fight. And here, he gets another great cleave situation, but they're just a little bit too far.
Matu just able to sidestep out the tricks of the trade.
Radiant's
quickly
bottom
turn
tower
things.
has fallen.
Close to the point where Mud Golems are going to have to pull off some sort of a base defense. Trying to do Matu, just setting up onto Fiverr. Fiverr's gone, he's going to be out. He's not going to be here to try and help hold the rest of his teammates. As Secret begins sieging the bottom lane. BKB now done on Skeeter. See what sort of a difference that makes. See if he's able to pop in, at least commit maybe onto one of the squishier heroes to support. See if he can find some sort of action during that magic immunity. They're just standing their ground. Jump forward from Skeeter, he's looking to try and poke something out of Nisha, but Nisha's able to just step out of the side. Silence is out to Master, but he just moves in and feeds down onto Fada. The ranks are being taken.
He died from statues. He walked into the statues and once died.
And when a Monkey King's as farmed as Matu is at this stage of the game, that's going to happen. A lot of damage coming out from this. He's in, and he's out. He didn't get the chance to pop the BK. And they just killed him that quickly. Just enters into an opening stun. 9 trying to roll his way out of this, but he can't do so. Big ult comes dropping down from Nisha.
Radiant's middle barracks.
This one's getting messy.
Radiant's middle barracks.
And there it is. They'll tap out of this one. GG is called. Secret certainly turning up in secret fashion here with his first game. They're showing here in the DPC. 23-5.